It is cold out today. Wow. Temperature here is about, minus 18 degrees Celsius. I don't know, somewhere around -6, -5 degrees Fahrenheit. It's cold out here, no doubt about it. It's bright, sun's shining with a little bit of kind of gray here and there, but it's cold. Wow. Hey, Jasper here. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. Today's a little bit of a question and answer, a Q&A. Since I uploaded my videos to announce the 2022 through hike attempt of the Appalachian Trail, and also my gear video, I've had a few questions, primarily from other Canadians and international travelers heading to the Appalachian Trail. Things such as, how am I traveling from Canada to Atlanta, Georgia? What kind of restrictions are there due to COVID for traveling? And what about my communications, my telephone? How am I going to get from Atlanta Airport to the trailhead, and so on? These have all been questions that have been asked to me from other international travelers that are planning on doing the through hike of the Appalachian Trail this year. And that is what we're going to talk about today. Today's all about training, by the way. This is a training hike. It's about 18 kilometers, about 12 miles, 3,000 feet of elevation gain. There are some steep climbs on this particular trail. There's also some steep descents in a lot of snow. Ice underneath the snow. We had a severe high storm just a couple of days ago, and then that turned into the snow again, and about 2 feet of snow fell on top of that. So yeah, kind of a mixed bag of cookies today as far as conditions are concerned. And right now, we've already made a significant climb so far this morning, 1,000 foot of elevation gain. We're on a descent right now. Cleats are on. We need those today, no doubt about that. Okay, let's get into the hike and let's start to answer a few questions. Okay, question number one. The first question was, how am I traveling from Ontario, Canada to Atlanta, Georgia? Well, that one's pretty easy, really, and anyone can actually figure this out, but it's a good question because people just are not sure. Okay, I live in Ontario. I live about 1.5 hours north of the Toronto airport. My daughter has a home in Toronto. So what I am doing is I am flying by Air Canada direct flight from Toronto to Atlanta. I leave on February the 23rd. And it arrives in Atlanta at about 11:30 a.m. The cost for that in Canadian dollars was $242, plus another $32 for a checked luggage. So around 275 Canadian dollars, or about 215 US dollars for a one-way flight. I'll be traveling down the day before, driving down to Toronto in my car, and then leaving my car for my through hike attempt at my daughter's place in her garage. And that's great, spending the night at my daughter's house and then leaving Uber the next morning to the airport. So pretty basic, pretty simple. Air Canada has direct flights from Toronto. There's a lot of US carriers have flights, and they kind of go all over the place and change here, change there. But Air Canada was the most direct and less expensive. Also WestJet, another Ontario Canadian carrier, they had direct flights too. The time of the Air Canada flight worked for me. Gets me in Atlanta by about 11:30. Okay, that was question number one. Question number two. How am I getting from the Atlanta airport to the trailhead? Well, I just researched that on YouTube. I spoke to hikers that had been down this road before me, and it seems to me the simplest way. Now, first of all, there are shuttle drivers that will pick you up right at the airport. Some won't go to the airport. Some want you to meet them at, say, the REI in Sandy Springs, which is actually easy to get to. or so I'm led to believe. But for me, my choice is I'm taking the Martyr to the Sandy Springs station. I believe it could be the stop before the end of the line, but I'm not sure about that, and I believe it's called the Red Line. I have a motel booked for the evening in Sandy Springs, and I'm imagining by the time I pick up my baggage at the airport and so on and actually get to Sandy Springs, it may be 1:30 in the afternoon. Lots of time for me to go to the REI, which is very close to my hotel, and pick up a fuel canister and also a SIM for my unlocked iPhone 11. In Canada, if we take our Canadian phones into the US and start using them as we would here, it costs a fortune. So it's much, much better to have an unlocked phone and just get yourself a SIM once you get into the States. AT&T or Verizon. I'm told Verizon works best on the trail overall. However, I also happen to know, again, from watching other people that have been down this road before me, watching their videos, that near the REI, which again is near the MARTA station, which again is near my hotel, there is a AT&T store. So you know what? I'll probably go with whichever AT&T or Verizon give me the best kind of deal on a prepaid plan that I'm looking for. And that for me would be, I'd like unlimited talk and text. And I know both Verizon and AT&T have that for the United States, Canada, and Mexico. So that would work for me. And secondly, 10 to 15 gig of data. That would work great. And whichever AT&T or Verizon, they'll give me the best package deal for that. That's probably what I will get. Okay, that takes care of picking up my butane, traveling to my hotel in Sandy Springs. Getting to the trailhead, well, shuttles will pick you up at Sandy Springs REI, I'm told, pretty much all the time, or at the MARTA station. However, from talking to a couple of shuttle drivers, they tell me they're booked solid. They get booked up apparently weeks in advance. So I also researched and looked at Uber. Uber for $77 from Sandy Springs to the trailhead. And you can pretty much get an Uber 24/7. So I'm probably going to Uber the next morning from my hotel to the trailhead. The trailhead office opens, or the visitor center office opens, I believe, at 8:30, so I can pick up my AT tag. I have registered for my start date of the 24th of February, and that's it. That's my plan on basically traveling to Atlanta, getting my SIM card for my phone, unlocked phone. It won't work if you have a carrier. If you're committed to a Canadian carrier, and a SIM card from AT&T or Verizon will not work. You have to have a unlocked phone, and you can do that simply by going to Walmart, picking up a Motorola E, which I have done before and used on many trails, and they've been just fine. And it costs you about 150, 160 Canadian dollars for that phone, and it's unlocked, and it works just fine. So it's also about 3 or 4 ounces lighter than my iPhone 11 too. So it's not difficult to get an unlocked phone for sure. Okay. Just a little bit, short video today, just a little bit of information to answer a few questions that I'd had. Hey, thank you for watching my video today. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Whew, it's not getting any warmer out here, that's for sure. And I don't think it's supposed to today. Today's going to stay pretty constant at around a minus 16 degrees Celsius point. Somewhere around, I don't know, minus 2 or 4 degrees Fahrenheit it will be. Pretty much constant all day. We're going to be out for, quite a few hours. Under the conditions of the snow and the ice, it's kind of slow going in a lot of areas. So it's going to take me about 5 or 6 hours to do this particular training hike. I have a pack on. My pack is full of essentially weighted items. 35 to 40 pounds is my training pack weight, depending on what mood I'm in. Whether I go, if I'm feeling lazy, I'll go with the 35, and if I'm feeling stronger, I'll go with the 40 pounds that I use for my training pack. Okay. I think a little less babbling here. and a little more training. We'll talk to you soon.